welcome to another edition of How to Maximize Your Potential. I'm Michael McFadden, aka Pilot Mike, and this is the flight deck. Today's flight plan: seeing is believing. Believing is succeeding. You know, there are two levels of sight. There's physical sight, which all of us are most familiar with. And then there's spiritual sight, which most of us are less familiar with. Now, physical sight teaches us about spiritual sight. And spiritual sight really is the higher of the two. You know, Scripture teaches, where there is no vision, the people perish, which really emphasizes the importance of sight. But Helen Keller said, the tragedy is not to be born blind, but to be able to see and yet have no vision. Now this emphasizes the importance of spiritual sight. You know, the other day I realized why many people are struggling to accomplish their dreams and to reach their goals. And what happened was, I travel quite often. And as a consequence of traveling, I'm in and out of different hotels, and to stay on my workout plan, I'm in and out of different fitness centers. And so as of lately, I have been struggling in my workout routine in terms of working out on the treadmill. And I really couldn't figure out why I wasn't really hitting my goals the way I had been hitting them, and I was really struggling. My asthma was bothering me, and I had tried different adjustments, really couldn't tweak it just right to figure out how to get in my rhythm. But then the other day, I was on the treadmill, and it was one of my favorite treadmills because it had the display that had a picture of a track. And so as I'm running, I can see the progress around the track. Well, the interesting thing about this is I found that at the end of this particular workout, I ran 3 times further than I had been in previous workouts. Now, what's the moral of the story? What happened was, because I could visually see where I was and where I was going, that gave me more energy and gave me a different focus. See, oftentimes when we can't see the finish line, we struggle. But when we can clearly see where we're going, especially with respect to where we are, we can muster up the energy to make it. Well, how does this tie into our dreams and our goals? Well, the reason that many of us don't achieve or succeed at our goals or our dreams is because we can't see it. We don't visualize it. And so this is why oftentimes you hear it's important to have a picture of your dream and of your goal. A physical picture. Now, what that does is gives you something physically every day to take a look at so that you can see where you're going. Ultimately, what this physical picture does is begin to create faith. You see, hope in the future gives us power in the present. And so once we get a physical image, what am I saying? Take a picture of your favorite car, or take a picture of a bodybuilder or somebody that has the body size that you want. Take a picture of that dream house that you want. Take a picture of a business. And these things, and then put it up on your wall, put it up on your mirror, put it up in your car, put it up in a place where you can see it every day. And what these physical images do is remind you every day of where you're going and what you're working towards. And what happens is this begins to garner hope. This begins to allow you to see the future. You don't feel like you're just stuck, working hard every day, but really don't see what it's all adding up to. So I'm saying, you got to be like it was for me on that treadmill. You got to get your vision out in front of you so you can see where you're going, so you can muster up the energy, and that's going to give you the power and the impetus to go further. For me, I went 3 times further than I had been in the past. So, this is Pilot Mike saying, keep your throttles on full. I'll see you somewhere over the horizon. Wheels up. Till next time.